Ladies and gentlemen, live from T-Briz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Huh?
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Adult Babies Podcast. I am B,
Chic.
And I'm Ryan.
and this is episode 263.
263.
Forgot to tell you that. You don't care.
Nobody cares.
Today's episode was fun. We were away for a few weeks, so we're back
yeah.
together
Boys are
again.
back.
We talked about Japan.
A lot about Japan.
A lot about Japan.
Apologize for that, but we got to get it out of the way.
No, it was fun, man.
No, I was glad we talked about Japan because I've been wanting to hear about this for a while.
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, it was good. Like I said, thought I was going to be over talking about it, but once I got going, I remembered all the things I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
We talked about Chick becoming clean on a couple things he's been hiding from us or lying to us about.
Chick has been lying to us.
Yeah.
And he felt the need to come clean, and I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
I feel better now knowing.
Did you feel inspired after listening to our podcast about how honesty and being honest about everything is
Yeah,
the
that's
best
it.
thing?
You know, just honesty is
That's
the
what it
best
was.
We
policy.
inspire you to do that?
He was literally listening. We were talking about how being honest is so freeing, and he's sitting at home knowing he lied
He
to
lied
him.
to us about why he's home. That's great.
Interesting.
We did a little Japanese candy taste test.
We enjoyed some exotic
more to come.
snacks.
We got more to go. More to come. But yeah.
That'll be a part 2.
Yeah, I want to do chips, but I feel like I can't fly home with chips.
Now, why?
Just like when am I going to pack them? Like they're going to get
You gotta-
crushed.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
crushed.
chips are a tough.
Yeah, no. But they had a lot of like interesting looking chips, and they had this thing called Tokyo Banana, which is like a Twinkie but different. It's like a shape of a banana, and I was going to bring those.
But
home, I ate them all, and I was going to bring them Kit Kats because they're better there than they are here.
I was just
But
going to say that Kit Kat
they
So the
make
Kit
it.
Kat's better there than it is here.
They taste like they used to taste in the 80s.
Wow.
What did they do different from
I don't
the 80s?
remember what
they changed they put too much chocolate. There's more wafer in Japan.
So it's like the perfect.
So there's more wafer, less chocolate.
yeah,
Simple.
which is like they added more chocolate to like.
They always
and
add more
it's-
chocolate.
It doesn't. It's not as
They
good.
want to
no.
give people diabetes and fat.
But I love Kit Kats, so they didn't make it to the podcast.
Can I tell you I
They
love Kit Kats?
Can I tell you I love wafers? Love a wafer.
Twix and Kit Kats, sugar wafers. I used to eat sugar wafers.
Me and you were right in the same. Twix and wafers.
Twix
and
Kit Kats are my two favorites.
That's why I love the Take 5. It kind of reminds me.
I haven't
of
had a
those.
Tic Tac.
Yeah, we should
Jesus
tell.
Christ.
Brett
A Kit
stinks.
Kat. A Kit Kat in a long
Twix are the
time.
best though. Twix are the ultimate to me. All right, this is an intro, not the podcast.
Oh my god! Yeah, we're about to start a whole new damn podcast.
All right, well, I thought it was a fun one, and we were excited to get back.
Stay in tune.
Oh, we also explained
that out.
a visual that nobody can see with my new with
Yeah.
the new records I put up. That nobody. I feel like I want to add more picture elements to this episode. It's going to be more like
Start popping in
If you're
things.
listening to this podcast, start watching them on YouTube. We put a lot of effort into the video element of this.
I would agree
moving
to it. It's a much better watch than it's
Start
ever
moving
been.
over to YouTube. Even if I can put it on the background, you don't have to watch it all along. But it's nice if we reference something. You can. That's what I like. If I listen to a podcast and there's a video element, I always jump to the video
you wanna
element.
see.
I do as well.
And I might not look at it the whole time, but if they say something that I want to be able to see, it's nice to be able to glance over and look at it. So
Yeah, and you're gonna want to see us eating these Japanese snacks.
Yeah.
Not tasting them.
No,
He's doing
you
a
know,
lot of
it's-
taste tests.
But I feel like a lot of the work that goes into this, we could do this in your apartment, and it would like. But we go through the effort to make a video.
and all we
element of
have
it.
is that ugly fucking cow thing that he's got.
I like that
Hey,
picture.
why you
I'm just
putting
busting
my
your
apartment
chops.
down?
Yeah.
Tell me what your apartment looks like.
My room is.
This is going too long for an intro, but
It is.
I asked you about
It's
the
been too long since we've been around.
I know, everyone's all excited and hyped up. I asked you about the alibi before because I wondered if we could we record there,
we probably
like
could.
before the open mic, go in and record.
Well,
just in
the open
alibi?
mic there is done for the next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're doing a bunch of pop-ups. They're taking a break, but I am doing a lithology open mic every Tuesday.
But they're probably open earlier. I was thinking it would be because like the alibi opened like right before the open mic. If we
Yes.
went in there like before that and just recorded, like I could set up a couple lights and a couple cameras quick.
Do like a live
and just record it.
podcast?
Not even a live pod, just like recording in an open space. Like
Yeah.
and then it's just by you guys. You know.
Oh, I don't mind coming here. That wasn't
I'm just saying,
nothing to
but
do with
even
this
just
last
but
week.
sometimes if you guys can't come out here, whatever, it's nice. Like
Yeah.
that'd be.
Well, we could do- we
and
could
it's a
be-
cool looking room. It would look.
Yeah,
kind
we
of
could do a
It would.
second.
Well, the room's just changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is all fair. All right. Enjoy the podcast. Enjoy the
I'll do
episode.
something.
So you're 2 years older than me? Did you get left back?
Yes. In
What
first
year?
grade.
For what?
Attendance. Got to be attendance, right?
No, I was going
You
to.
either moved
I
or you're
was going-
dyslexic.
It was attendance, dyslexic, and I moved. No, I moved schools. I was at Sunquam Elementary.
Why do they? I don't understand why the move makes you.
Well,
It doesn't always, but I guess it depends.
no,
on-
there was an issue.
some kids can still handle it.
I probably wasn't great in first grade. I don't know what I was doing.
Kids that are killing it in first are like,
Yeah.
he's good. But if there's a slight, maybe your parents moved just because you had to get moved back, and like, let's
Maybe.
make believe that if we move, that's the reason why he got left.
No, from what I remember, I was supposed to go, and they pushed me to go with because I was with like a bunch of kids that from the neighborhood.
Okay.
So my mom wanted me to start kindergarten with them. At least that's what she told me. Maybe I failed my ABCs. What the hell do I
Do you
know?
feel more mature than your friends growing up?
Yeah, I
When
mean,
did
when you
feel-
get 2 first grades, it's pretty
like,
impressive.
guys, I've been here before.
You get a chance to do it all over again.
Yeah, I rolled into second grade. I was like, guys, I was in first grade twice.
Yeah.
2 first grades, 1 kidney. And that's how it started. By the way, today
Big great viral video.
I was I was with my my niece today. I got an unexpected day off. So we went to the White Post Farm, which is a lot bigger than I thought.
That's the one with all the animals, right?
It's got every animal in the book.
I hate that place.
Yeah, no, it's no good
Thank
place. for
you.
the animals.
Hey, listen, it was fun for
Kids
my niece.
love it. Yeah,
Kids
right.
love it. They can
but
pet the animals
but
that are
it's
being
terrible.
held captive.
I don't, dude. They have.
Is there a giraffe there?
There's a
A
giraffe.
giraffe.
That's why, dude. If you don't have acres of land, I don't want to see a giraffe.
Huh?
Giraffe shouldn't be there.
Why? How come every time I pass out, I'm looking for the giraffe. I'm like, surely I should be able to see its head.
Because it's
peeking
already
out-
locked
peeking
in a
out.
cage and
The
fucking being pet.
place is way bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, I've delivered
But-
there, but I
Oh,
haven't
have
been
you?
back by the animals. No.
So my niece on the way home, she's like, I know your secret, which is a frightening thing for a child to say.
Yeah.
Like, does she? What does she know?
Yeah, like it's not like I don't have them, but
Yeah, I've been listening to the podcast. No, she goes, I know your secret. The reason why you're bald is because you had no lungs when you were a baby. So she must have heard the kidney stuff and got confused, and somehow attached it to me not having hair.
yeah, but what a fucked up thing for
It was hurtful.
to act like. Oh, like you got the
I know the
you got the
secret.
shameful thing that
Yeah.
like what do we want me to do?
Yeah.
Like,
You were
blaming-
born with
you
no
blaming
lungs.
me for this? You think this is a source of embarrassment for me? Like
That's why I love kids.
Yeah, just like she's like
Whatever comes to their little heads.
She must have got she got her wires crossed somewhere. But it was funny.
She's Rubber's kid, so it's not.
That's true.
Not that hard.
That's true.
Probably.
Hey, watch it. That's my brother-in-law. Oh man! So we are back from summer break here.
Apparently.
school is in
Yeah,
session.
it's like we took like a month off.
Yeah.
I kind of needed it to rejuice or to re-energize, but I've been wanting to come back for like 2 weeks now.
I feel like you were like the text message leading up, like I don't want to do Chick's Picks anymore. I don't want to do like it seemed like you were
Well,
running out of gas a little
that
bit.
will bring me to my first confession, so to speak.
Oh, that's right. He sent a text that he has confessions.
No, it was just 2 lies, 2 little white lies.
Oh.
Yeah, I could have easily did the episode that night when I said I had to go pick up my parents. I needed a break, and I was like, I'm not doing it. That's why I was so like,
Of course.
go do it without
Yeah.
me.
Of course.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do.
So
I was home the
this
whole
is the
night.
episode that me and you did alone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
You
the day
were-
of
I was home alone. I needed.
He was
I
home
needed
alone.
like not home. I don't even know if I was alone. I might have. My parents been away all summer.
and you
Not-
used your parents as an excuse. Were your parents coming in that day?
they came in the day before or the day after. It was one of those. It wasn't that day. I promise you that.
That's
Such
hilarious.
a funny lie to always be like, what's a something surrounding a truth that I
yeah,
can
exactly.
Yeah.
It
What
was
can
like
I
a
what can
bend
I
to the
use?
truth.
What can I use that's in
And
my,
I knew if I said that, I'm like, oh, they're not gonna. They'll just be like, all right, it is what it is. You got to pick up.
I
the
think I
pants.
told, I don't remember who I was talking about, but I said, yeah, Chic can't come tonight. I said he made up something about going to have to pick up his parents.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt bad about it, but I needed it.
No.
But
And the episode was great, by the way.
I know.
I enjoyed it.
That was so funny. Like he listened to it right away.
yeah,
But like that's the
listener.
only episode you've ever listened to in the last.
Probably in the last
He's like, I
year.
got to hear what they're talking about without
Yeah,
me.
so the listener should know, like, we got a live update as Chick is listening, commenting on the things he would have said if he was on the podcast. So in the future, you should feel perfectly safe to be like, listen, do the podcast tonight. I'm not emotionally there tonight.
Yeah,
that's
But
perfectly.
normally
it's perfectly
those are the
acceptable.
times where I have great episodes, and B will be like, "Yo, you should come on more than ever."
And then you feel better afterwards.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I normally would have, but I didn't want to. If you lived in Farmingdale, I probably would have. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Well, you can always be honest with us.
I know I could. That's
And
why I said it was a white stupid lie,
And
but I don't
even-
know why I did it.
Like if you ever like I think we should never want to burn ourselves out with this. So if it gets a little too much, be like, listen, I need a some time. I need a week.
A personal day. I need a personal
Yeah, that's
day.
all it
You
was. I
can
needed
take
a
you take
personal
off
day.
days at work, right? I'm sure a lot.
But I care more about this than my job.
I know.
So the caveat is that you should be honest and be able to say when you can't.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
But you're not allowed to listen and live update the things you would have said if you were there.
Yeah.
If you want to contribute, you got to show up. You can't.
Fair
You
enough.
can't bleed my text message.
Yes, that's fair enough.
The live
Fair
updates
enough.
were insane. Literally second by second, we were
I
getting.
also wanted to prove that I listened to it.
I know.
Actually, I'm lying. I actually kind of did. I enjoyed your.
yeah. And then he went silent for about 3 hours, and then he started up. He was like, "Oh, he
I,
must have
I was
took a
working.
break.
I
took
got
a
stuck.
break."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So why'd you have an unexpected day off today? Because I did too, and it's rare for me. But
I think so. I got called in on Sunday. It's sort of a on-call day because of the holiday.
yeah,
And then I got a text message this morning saying, "Thanks for coming in on Sunday. Enjoy the day." I think it must have been so dead.
yeah. It's
You
why
know?
I every once in a while we get like certain guys get put on sick call. Like if something I don't have a route, but if somebody calls in, so I got in
Yeah.
there. We're just like, yeah, we don't really need you. So if you want to go home,
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
So long.
Yeah.
I actually
was
had a
nice.
super easy day today, but I had to take a drive.
Where'd you go? Out east?
No, out west.
Out west?
Yeah.
I feel like this definitely could be a separate podcast where we just talk about our actual job because truck drivers listen to podcasts like
Yeah,
more
they
than
do.
anybody.
They
So
do.
we have like 3 guys who drive for a living, just talking
Yeah.
about our day would be like a niche audience.
That would be interesting.
There's a channel. I think there's a channel at Sirius XM that's dedicated
Truckers?
to truck drivers. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
should
I
have a
did
show on
listen.
there.
I listened to a truck drivers episode of like long haul truckers.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Because like I could never do that, but that life kind of interests me.
It does interest me. I used to
Long
know
haul.
a guy who used to basically live that life, but it was more like, say, Pennsylvania, New York, but he would do
Right.
overnights. And he would park he used to use our store as one of his places that he would park because I think there was a hooker or somebody he knew around that area.
I thought you were gonna say because he felt safe there, but
Oh no, it wasn't a safe area at all. But that's probably why he had a good hooker there or a good price at least.
that's
but
nice.
those guys, that's what they like. They're big like park and ride weirdos.
Yeah.
They live a really interesting life.
Yeah, that is an interesting life. I romanticize that life, and I think I'm actually gonna go to class to get my A. I don't have my.
That's
P.
how we're gonna lose this guy. He's gonna be a long haul trucker. people are not gonna believe us when we lose another host. This time's a long haul
Long haul
trucking.
trucking. Do you
wanna
do that?
see
Why do
America.
you want to do that though? Like what?
Well, my
interest-
job, I would might get a jump in pay and have
okay.
more opportunity for
All right.
just
But is-
more opens up more opportunity for.
The one thing I loved about him is
But
the trucks.
but it will be the training takes place in Boston for 3 weeks, so I will be gone for 3 weeks during the training.
we could come to Boston and
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
We'll go to
I
Boston.
can also come home for the weekend, so
I have friends who live in Boston. I wouldn't mind taking a little.
Boston trip will be
book a
good.
show. Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably I think I get a hotel room, so you guys just crash with me for
Do
free.
it in the
Wow.
hotel room. Boom.
Yeah,
That's not a bad
And
idea.
we could make it work. We
Yeah.
still got to do we're doing the city thing, and now that the weather is getting ideal,
Yeah.
because eventually, hopefully, it gets a little cooler.
I'm down. I want to do it like full blast, like literally just walk around holding microphones. Just make it very obvious that we're filming.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
I was thinking along the lines of maybe even a street interview or two.
yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, if you have mics and like the lights, like
Yeah.
people will stop because it looks official.
Exactly.
But I think the short, the daily trucking thing, because that Sirius XM show is like it's mostly long haul trucking. We should cut a podcast and try to sell it to them for like the daily, like the local
truckers.
and see if we can sell a show about local truckers.
truckers.
That'd be interesting.
Because it is it's just an interesting game.
And
It's
yeah,
a different,
and
it's a different game than long haul, but there is certainly interesting parts of.
Some of those long haul guys have the sick, like what do you
interior.
call them? The interior beds.
cabs, yeah.
the
Oh, I
cab.
love that. I want to go in one
But
of
they
those.
have like some of them have like beds and like
Yeah.
legit like setups.
Yeah, the trucks that I was driving don't have those. Mine are still daily trips.
Okay, they're not.
It's not long haul. But it's just they like to use trailers rather. Than
Yeah. They're very interesting. This guy's podcast was just about like all like the flat bed ones. Like there's all different
Yeah.
types and
Uh-huh.
all different types of trucks and the stops that they would make. It was it made me want to do it, but there's a lot of things I want to do.
I was just gonna say.
What's your other lie?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
So the other one was not to you at all. Well, I guess it comes in line to you, but the whole time we were talking about ASAP Rocky,
Uh-huh.
I had no idea. I was getting ASAP Rocky and ASAP Rock completely mixed up. And B goes, so B asked me, I sent a song to you because I thought, I'm like, oh, he's got
To him.
ASAP Rocky. No, I sent it to you and him. And you remember that one song? It was a Griselda song, and he was on it.
Oh yeah.
And I sent it to you guys, and the whole time I'm thinking, this is his boy. That's why I sent it. And he goes, you sent that song because you think that's who Ryan likes. And he goes, you know there's another one. And I was like, yeah. I had no fucking clue. I went on Google, and I'm like, oh, my God.
That's your other lie?
That was my other stupid lie.
That's a terrible one.
I said it wasn't good.
Yeah.
That's good though. But I've said things like that in the moment, and then like almost immediately, like, why did I say that? Because now it's gonna be harder for me. I gotta like now keep this in mind in the future to keep this lie going. When I could have just like no, like I thought that was. It's just way easier. Just
It's
immediately,
so much easier
say.
just to come out.
Yeah.
But sometimes your own mind lies for you.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes I'll like it's not me lying. It's like a white lie like that. It's almost like a response to like
To be like, yeah, fuck you. I know who he was.
like yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like I know.
It's just like is it easier just to say yes and move on than not? You know.
But needless
Yeah.
to say, now I have to deep dive your guy.
Well,
I don't know much about
I've
him.
been enjoying what's his name? The other guy. Who's the other guy? Just had an album come out. You have all of his merch.
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
Yeah.
He's
I
got
don't- I
one
don't-
song I really like.
Yeah. I haven't liked a lot of their most recent stuff.
Yeah,
like the
he's
last-
more of back in the day. He was
their
awesome.
last 3 or
I'm
albums or so.
listening to like the older stuff.
Yeah, the old stuff to me is like every album he puts out now. It's like I like 1 or 2 songs, but they're okay. I'm not, but the old stuff is.
That's where
But
I'm at.
I changed this somewhat.
I know.
I looked up there before to say, oh, and then I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah,
they're not there.
I changed everything up.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
looks
with
good.
some
I
alternative.
do like it.
They're
rock
all
instead.
nice covers.
That's why I'm. Yeah, well, I love all these albums specifically, but I picked them because I think they look good on a wall. Yeah. One of these days we'll have to show because I feel like we reference that.
We
wall
do
a lot,
reference
and,
that
like,
wall. We'll have to
listeners-
put a.
Oh, that's
or
true.
like
I was
the-
just thinking. I'm like, wait, but they see it. No, they don't.
They don't see.
No,
it,
they
yeah.
don't see it.
Yeah, it's just hang records on a wall. That's all it is. But
Yeah, just cool.
we got Spoon. They Want My Soul. You got The National, High Violet. You got Camera Obscura, Desire Lines, M83, Hurry Up, We're Dreaming, Arlo Parks, something about Sunbeams. I forget the name of that. And Arcade Fire, Suburbs.
I think that's the only group I know.
Arcade Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know them well. I just feel like I've heard of them.
I know the National.
Arlo Parks is Collapse into Sunbeams. That's the name of that. Yeah, those are all
Arcade
some of my
Fire.
favorite albums.
I do like the covers though.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Now
Like
everyone's
the
up to
hand
date.
one.
Yeah, now everybody's up to date with your new artwork. Here.
Yeah.
Let's get into you.
Okay. Yeah, my
Oh
my
yeah, that's
trip
right.
to
His
Japan.
trip. We haven't even talked about that yet.
Yeah,
Which is
I
crazy.
I always feel like I was so excited to talk about it, and now so
And
much
now
time
you're
to go
not.
by. I'm like,
I know,
it's
that's
Japan.
what-
Yeah.
It's just been a weird few weeks, you know?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the pictures.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
they're amazing.
yeah, thank you. I took a lot of pictures as I always do, and I feel like this is the first time I got home from a trip. So often I take pictures and I want the pictures to I don't know, be like sellable or to post them. Now I'm just like I'm posting them for friends and family. Like
Yeah.
to just I literally just share my
Photo
trip
drop.
because everyone's like, oh, let me see pictures, and I don't know how much people say like, oh, let me see pictures. I want to hear about your trip, and I'm like, are people just being nice? Like, do people really care? But like I don't know. I feel like Instagram. This is what Instagram is good for. Is you can put
The
them
whole
there.
point
If
of
people
it.
actually care, they can check. If they don't, then they just keep scrolling. So it's like
Yeah, you don't have to keep going.
this is the perfect. Yeah, right. I post multiple pictures. I'm like,
It is
they're all,
per-
I'm
it
like,
is
they're
a
all here
perfect
if you want
platform
them.
for that.
If they're not, like, but I'm not like worried about how many likes I get. Which is what I used to always be concerned with. Like, oh, you get a lot of likes. Am I going to get followers for this? I'm like, this is literally just for people that I know personally. You want to see my trip?
Less pressure.
Here's my trip. Yeah, yeah. Go. I mean, just a completely different culture, which obviously everybody knows that. But the way everybody's so nice and respectable and like respectful, and there's an order that you just can't imagine there. Like everybody follows.
And you're in Japan
order.
or where
I'm
exactly?
in Japan. Yeah, I was in Tokyo for most of it.
Okay.
Shibuya, which is just an area of Tokyo. But if there's people waiting online, they wait online in single file. There's nobody trying to get an angle on somebody. It's like there's a lot of everybody rides a train there. Trains are.
And what about the trains I see where they're shoving people in with broomsticks?
Well, I think that's more China. I think that happens more China. I heard about that in Japan.
But you've seen that, right?
I've heard about that in Japan during like rush hours. Like they'll literally like will push you into the train. I never saw any of that. But I like
with sticks.
Yeah, I know.
Like broomsticks. and then just to get the door closed.
I mean that's
order.
yeah, but would you?
That's a whole different-
I'll be like, I'll wait for the next one. But if the problem is, if you wait for the next one, you probably never get.
Yeah.
Would you rather be pushed? Would you rather be the guy getting pushed or the one in the middle getting squeezed?
I want to be the one.
Push me
with
on the end.
I want my face against the glass.
Yeah.
At the
As
very
soon as
least.
it opens, I'm out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
You pop out.
Fall out.
Yeah.
Fall out.
So a ton of trains, but quiet. Nobody talks on the train. Nobody's
Really?
What?
nobody's like
Are they
nobody's
clean?
so clean. Everything is perfect.
Even the
Like,
city, like it's
the
just
city
clean.
is clean. In the morning, there was some because people go out and they party at night. Apparently, Japan is very like at night. It's okay to like let yourself go and like they kind of just you're not held responsible for things that happen at night. But during the day, everybody like it stops. Like,
like
it's like
that,
we're
though.
respectful during the day, and then we get drunk a little bit at night,
Classy during the
and
day, we party at night.
things loosen up a little bit. So the streets are a little bit messy at night. But I woke up early in the morning and like I saw garbage, but within an hour, all cleaned up, and then the rest of the day was like no more garbage. Like nobody throws out garbage on the street. Just so clean. So
Just like New York.
Yeah. How do you think Chic would fit in over there?
how so? Like
Would he fit in with the culture?
Yes, I get along with everybody.
well, the thing about
You put the adult babies in Japan.
So
How do we
here's
fare?
here's what I'm gonna say. Like everybody's really quiet, and they're like they don't make a lot of noise on the train. There's nobody listening to public music.
No one bumping it.
Well, that's such a nice thing.
You know what I mean? Like here, it's like I don't like. Sometimes you'll be in public and like I like the song you're listening to, but don't make me have to listen to this.
Yeah.
Like to assume that everyone else wants to hear your music. I just hate it so much.
That bothers me.
I watched
Yeah.
a guy walk into a stationery store, and literally, like one of the like the JBL speakers
Yeah.
bumping.
Yeah.
Comes in there, the guy's trying to help him. They refuse to lower it. Just fuck everybody.
So I mean, that's just you're making a statement. Like you want to be trouble. Like
you want somebody to say
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
so you could tell them to F off.
Yeah, exactly. Which and I know that, so I'm not going to tell you to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's also and I always give people it's like listen they probably have a hard life where like they don't get any respect like they've had a rough life so I'm like they walk around like they're demanding respect from people like this is their way of being like fuck you like you've never given me respect like they look at the world as like
Oh, a
you
lot
like
different.
you keep fucking me every day so fuck you listen to my music.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I always try to keep that in frame. Like I don't know what they've been through. Like they're trying to gain.
Yeah, that's
they're trying
a good
to gain.
perspective
They're
to
trying to
keep
gain
with
some
that.
just like ownership of their life and be
Yeah.
like
Although
I'm
it
living my
drives me
life.
nuts.
But it drives me nuts, and especially if I go on a hike. Like Joe List said this on his podcast a couple times. He went like on a hike, and he got to the top of the mountain, and somebody was listening to music up there, and it just like that's the place
Ruined it.
Oh.
where it's like we're all doing a thing here where it's like we're sitting peacefully
Yeah.
and enjoying the scenery. like you're ruining, and then the guy like Joe asked him to turn it down. He goes, you don't, the guy said you don't own the mountain, and Joe was like, exactly, and neither do you. He's like, but you're assuming we all want to listen to this, so you're taking ownership of this mountain by listening to music. Like I listen to, like I have like fantasies of like
I don't
of, like
have
strangling somebody.
That guy's getting thrown off the.
Yeah, but like that guy's a problem. Like,
Oh,
that guy,
I know,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
no.
So it's like I'm not gonna confront that guy because he's a problem.
Oh yeah, especially
Yeah.
on a rooftop,
Yeah.
on a hill, on
Not on a
Yeah,
mountain.
a mountaintop.
But it was so funny because I hiked Mount Fuji. I hiked to the top of Mount Fuji.
Is that super high or is it just super like?
It's high.
Did you
it's
get
rough.
lightheaded?
No,
Well, that's what I'm
'cause
saying.
I went
Is it
very
like-
slow. It's like you need to take your time to get acclimated as you go. I
Oh,
slept.
okay, yeah.
So you started
Thin
you,
air.
Yeah, but you started.
I don't like
you,
that.
You,
That's what I'm asking. I don't think I would last in thin air with my
you start at the
smoker.
5th station, which is like halfway up the mountain. So everybody that climbs it, you're not climbing it from the bottom up. But most mountains, you're not climbing from the bottom up. You
Yeah,
climb
you
from a
go
certain
into like
point.
the middle and up.
So everybody gets bussed up to the 5th station. You can climb from the bottom, but it takes days to do
Those
it.
are like
So,
the real deal.
yeah. So I slept halfway up. So you get acclimated a little bit because you're sleeping halfway up the mountain. There's places to sleep. all along the way.
Well, they're like bases set at different
Yeah.
points.
Oh.
Yeah, I slept. It was like I slept on a tent on the floor. There was like everybody. There's like a room with a bunch of cots, and then I have a friend who lives there, and my friend's girlfriend is Japanese. So Japanese people can get things that Americans can't. So she booked this place for us to like
that's
that
nice.
only like you can't really get unless you're
That's
Japanese.
awesome.
That's awesome.
So there's this room of just cots and then one tent, and that's where we were staying in the tent in this one room. But it felt like
Oh, you were in a separate tent?
yeah, but it was like
But it was
all the
still
white
in the
people.
big room.
Yeah, so it's like the white people don't want to be associated.
Exactly.
You know, they get
Oh,
the
you
tent.
got it's like being in a cemetery and you're in the mausoleum in the
Yeah,
cemetery.
yeah, no, they can't be. But they all had cots. We just were on the tent on a hard floor. So like they actually had the better deal because they were on a soft. We were separated, but
you're
on
paying
a
for
hard.
not paying, but you're getting privacy
yeah,
over
right.
comfort.
But I'd rather have the comfort. Like
I agree with you.
I felt
I
so
disagree.
uncomfortable.
I'd rather have the privacy. I want the
take the
privacy.
I woke up in the middle of the night and there was like a bunch of cots laying up, like either they had been used and people dragged them over, or they were like the new cots. But I woke up in the middle of the night and I snuck one into my tent. And I laid down a cot in the tent. I couldn't
That's a good
sleep.
move.
I couldn't
Good
sleep.
for you.
Yeah.
That's such
I-
a white move.
Yeah.
So,
It's a white American privilege
fuck,
move.
I'm taking
Comes in,
this.
takes
I'm
cots.
taking
There's a
this
lot
cot.
of order here, and he's stealing
So, like,
cots
listen, if
into
you want
his
to, if
tent.
you wanted to have a cot, we'd put a cot in the tent. You don't get a
Yeah,
tent. You
yeah.
don't get a cot with the tent.
Yeah.
You can't get everything, white boy. So we got to the top of the mountain, and there were like there's a station, at the top of the mountain, and they were playing music, and it wasn't so bad because it was like
So you
people
getting the
working
same
there.
issue?
It wasn't like one guy. It was like they're working there. It was like
Oh,
it was like a whole station with like they serve food there.
Is it like a restaurant
There's
up
vending
there?
machines. No, you can get like
I did not expect vending machines at the top of Mount Fuji.
Everywhere in Japan. There's vending machines. It's like how they get food. Is
And
vending
like
machines.
nice food, right?
Not really. I mean,
So
you
are
can
these
get-
things like that stuff from like the 20s that we were talking
No,
about?
not
the,
like that. Like legit vending machines. You can pay with your phone. Like you can pay like with the, and mostly drinks, but they had food in them. But it was funny. They were playing Big Pun and Joe, Still Not a Player.
Oh my god.
I get to the top.
you get.
I get to the top of Mount Fuji, and I get. I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot.
Wow.
That makes me so happy.
By the way,
R.I.P.
all-
Big Pun.
All American music. I
I
never
want to hear
heard.
some Japanese music.
The whole time I was there, like on commercials and videos, you'd hear Japanese music. But out of anybody's restaurant, and if you ever heard any music in public, it was all American.
Is it that
music.
touristy that they just expect?
I think they just like. I think that's just.
And
what
is
they
it
like.
up to date music or is it like
Yeah,
older music?
yeah, all like
All
you know,
different-
still not a player at the
like-
top of the mountain, but there was still
like
stuff.
that to me. It just
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, and I sent the video. I took a video. I never sent it to you because the times are off. Like it was like I was 3:00 in the
I could
afternoon.
always take it. I never
Yeah,
go to
but it was
sleep.
like it was like 2:00 in the morning here, so I didn't want to send it to you. But I was
I
like
would
walking
be
around.
wide awake.
I'm in this like tchotchke store, like shopping for souvenirs, and they were playing Billy Joel in the store. And we just had the conversation. I'm like, I go to Japan to get away from Billy Joel. This is what I got to deal with.
That's great.
Yeah, from Billy Joel to Big Pun
Wow.
to everything in between. It was just.
Did
crazy.
they have any parts of the top of the mountain where you could kind of away from everything, like on your own?
Yeah, so then you could walk up a little bit further. You can actually do the crater walk because it's a volcano. It's
Yeah.
an active volcano. So you can walk around the whole perimeter of the opening, the crater. I didn't do that because it adds an extra like 90 minutes, and I just didn't have the time to do it.
Okay.
But if you walk far enough away, you can see into the crater, and then you're not near any of the music. You have some like peaceful time over there.
Do you see bubbling lava?
No, it's not like that. You just see a whole like it just looks like a pretty deep hole.
They know if this thing's about to blow.
No, not necessarily.
No?
You don't think
I won't say they could tell when there's activity, but the only reason why I'll say this, my parents were at a volcano. They were just like when they went to Sicily. They were at what's the big one there? In
Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah, they were there, and then it erupted a week later.
And nobody knew.
That was a guess.
But did they have
there
like
was
a day
people-
heads up?
That's what I'm saying. They probably have somewhat of a heads up, but not like a crazy like we know this is erupting next week.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's more of like this is something's happening in the next 24 hours.
Like,
Yeah.
like if a meteor is about to hit Earth, like maybe they know,
Right.
but
They can't see all of them, but yeah, they know most of them.
I watched a documentary last year that was nominated for best documentary about a couple that was all they did was volcano hunt, and they ended up dying in a volcano. Like they
Yeah.
ended up, but they spent their whole lives just like they just loved researching volcanoes, but they loved being by they were just like there was like
Always
videos of
by
them.
volcanoes.
There was videos of them just standing there with like literally you can see just lava just shooting out of the ground. They're like taking videos. And,
why? What were they doing?
know.
What
And, like,
was?
There's like thrill seekers.
Yeah, we talked
like-
about it. That being, there's. So I'm still going back and like cutting old podcasts. I'm so swarmed with.
I'm a chill seeker.
Things. But you said, yeah. Some people say, this guy has no chill. I got no thrill.
All I have is chill, no thrill.
I got no thrill. Yeah. So there's some good clips coming eventually when I get around to it. But
Yeah, whenever you get to our show, it's
yeah, there's not other show. Well, yeah.
joking.
So yeah, really, really respectful. Like I said, there was escalators everywhere, and the rule was if you're standing still,
Wait, escalators on Mount Fuji?
No, just in Japan,
Come
just in
on,
Tokyo.
dude.
I don't
getting
know.
into-
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm bouncing
there's
around a little
I
bit.
didn't think there was going to be vending machines
Good
or
point.
Big
That
Pun.
is true. That's
Good point.
fair point. Fair
Yeah.
point.
Vending machines and Big Pun. Like, all right.
These also like when you're thinking mountains, some of them these aren't like peaks that people are climbing. They're like trails that are going
Yeah.
up these mountains.
So yeah, this was like you start through the woods, and then you get to a certain point where it's just wide open.
Oh,
It's
really?
just clay. Like
Any
everywhere.
animals?
We didn't really come across any.
Probably
No,
more birds over there than if
but not But like birds you're familiar with, not like crazy
Yeah, no,
birds.
Nothing, not like,
There's monkeys in Japan. Like there's wild
Oh, yeah?
monkeys in Japan. I didn't come across any, but
Okay.
yeah, not a
I
lot
don't
of
trust
animal.
monkeys. I like them.
I saw the monkeys
I
today.
know.
Yeah.
I love them. Like if I'm in like a thing, like cool, I'll hang out with them. But if I saw one in the wild, I would totally think it's like
Up to steel.
I think you're.
they do a lot, but I just feel like I don't know, man.
I think
Yeah.
you're right to not
sneaky.
trust them. Though.
I don't
would-
like
I
any
wouldn't-
wild animals, but monkeys. Just like I've seen some people like, and I've seen other like horror videos of the monkeys like grabbing hair and like.
Monkeys could really hurt
I just don't
'Cause
like anything with hands.
It's not hands, it's the thumbs.
just-
Well, the
it's the
thumbs,
thumbs.
yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
That's where they get the grip from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be like I seen a guy fighting kangaroos. I could almost feel like I could deal with a kangaroo.
No, I couldn't. But those
But
guys,
I don't want to deal with a monkey.
kangaroos have such a hard kick, I would imagine.
But
And the
they
speed.
don't. They're not. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think they're as violent or like it's more of a defensive most of the time.
Yeah.
Like I've seen. Maybe it's just
They don't
'cause
want
all
you
the
to
videos,
pick their pocket.
It's like monkey. I've seen a lot of videos where you could keep them at bay at least. Like you don't have to. I've seen a guy punch one. I've seen
Yeah,
a
it's-
guy having a kicking fight with one. Like I've seen them and they don't look like they're aggressive enough. Like a monkey, I
Well,
feel like
every cartoon picture of a kangaroo has them with boxing gloves on. Mm-hmm. Aggressive.
So I
they're,
think-
maybe they. That's what I'm saying. I think
maybe
but I don't
let's-
know. They don't scare me like a monkey. Fucking scares me.
a monkey scares me too.
because they could get all over you and you can't like control it.
Let's not get our information about animals from cartoons, though. Let's
Listen,
and
that's,
let's respect all wild animals and not trust.
Yeah, that's kinda what it
I
is,
would,
too.
Like even
Yeah, I
geese, like I see people like chasing. Oh, come here, geese! Like a geese will fuck you up.
Yeah, geese, they
like
hiss.
respect.
a swan.
Yeah.
Swans are
Yeah.
could be nasty.
I hate the people who love animals so much that they feel like they just can go and hang out with like wild ones and then
Yeah.
they're shocked when the
When the
thing
thing turns on.
does something to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Like those are the people that I feel like deserve it.
So there's escalators all throughout, and it's like the rule is you stand on the left, and if you want to pass on the right, and it's just everybody like
In a line.
I took pictures like every time. I'm like, look at this. People just staying on the left, and if somebody wanted to walk, they'd walk past on the right. There's no madness.
Now,
Everything,
what
like,
if somebody
and
gets out of order though?
then they're like, oh, that's probably a Korean or a Chinese person.
So they-
Like,
yeah.
literally, that's like they're not
that's what
like
would
that's
happen.
yeah, they're not from here.
And
Or
those are
American. Like,
very-
you see some Americans doing it, but everybody's like in shape. Like occasionally you come across like a heavy Japanese person, but like you'd see white people and you'd be like, look at this fat white
You
guy.
could tell.
Like it was
It's
embarrassing.
It's
It's embarrassing. It's
really
embarrassing
is.
to be like
I
like all they
shouldn't
see.
shit, man. Fuck you.
It's
If
like
you
no,
didn't
but
have
like
cancer,
it's
you
not
wouldn't be
here. But
getting
when you go there, it's like.
Yeah, but that means if I'm there, I'm gonna be like, oh, fat American.
But I don't think they care. I don't. Like, I don't.
Yeah, because I'm the fat one.
You
who's
don't think
gonna
they would
die early.
snicker at him?
So like,
Fat bald American.
but I had a layover in Detroit, and I'm in the airport, and I'm looking around and like, okay,
I
now,
like how it's
now
a layover in Detroit.
Wait. How long is the flight?
13 hours from Detroit to there, and then
That's
there's
absurd.
a 2-hour flight.
Nobody
from
ever
here
wants to
Detroit.
go 13 hours in a plane and end up at Detroit.
No. Oh yeah.
But that was
first
rough. So
one.
the first one was 2 hours to Detroit, and then 13 hours there.
I just find that such an odd. You're thinking it's gonna be like Hawaii.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just to
No,
Detroit.
Detroit. It's not even California where they cut it in half.
No, yeah, weird. I
And
guess
what's the flight? What is the airline you're using?
it's Delta?
Delta? Are you in like a nice seat?
No, well, I got the long trip. I got the exit row, so I had literally no
That's
full
good.
leg
Ooh,
extension in
full
front of me.
is
You would
Yeah.
for 13 hours, man. I need to stretch these puppies out.
Yeah, so I was able to.
Puppies, what, all 1.5 feet of your legs?
But it's funny to be in the Detroit airport. Now you're around Americans, and there's a lot of heavy people around you.
Yeah.
And you're looking at it, I was like, what must they think when they come here? Like, they must think, like,
Just spoiled, bro.
unbelievable. These people, the way they, they
just
just
eat
keep
like
eating.
gluttons.
Like, and it's like, and you see like a heavy person eating, and it's like, and they're still going. Like, they, like they,
At like 9 in the morning, they're just throwing
Yeah,
stuff
Philly
in.
cheese-
Fucking
Philly
fast
cheese
food is
sandwich.
open all day.
The animal. Yeah,
What's
they
the
must think
food
we're
like
animals.
there? I did not
like it at all.
I don't think
I don't think I would
either.
like it either.
Yeah.
Is
I'm
it all
not-
fish?
Live fish.
No, it's not like that. So the sushi isn't everywhere, and like I had arguments about this because it was like I love sushi, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get some good sushi from Japan. Yeah, I want to like that's what I want to try. But you go to these places, most of it is like the ramen looking stuff, the broth with the either the rice or the noodles or just like the udon noodles they have, and it's like some type of weird beef. That
So
you
it's
don't
like a
know,
lot
get
of
an egg in
rice,
it,
beef, and rice, and
but like
noodles.
all in like a bowl, like in a brothy,
it's all
like in a
together.
soup.
That's
broth.
very in these days.
Yeah, well, ramen is very in, which I like ramen. I like the taste of ramen.
I gotta try ramen.
I don't like the process of eating it. All this food, I don't like the process because you got to slurp it, you got to spin the stuff with the chopsticks,
yeah,
you
yeah.
got to
It's so
eat it,
annoying.
and it's like you can't get everything at once. You got to get the noodle, and then you got to get some beef, then you got to get this.
Might as well
then you
eat it
gotta-
separate.
Then you got to sip it. When I'm eating something, I want to get a bite of everything all at once. Like if you're showing this all to me in one dish, then it should all be eaten together. Like there should be a little bit of broth, a little bit of a little bit of noodle, a little bit of beef, all in one bite. But it's like that's not how they do it.
That is a lot, dude. You know what I've been eating for dinner? And this sounds like I would tell Chick I don't eat a lot. I just eat bananas, and because they're very easy, you just unwrap it.
Yes,
you
I
can
know
eat
banana.
it.
Yeah, I know how bananas work.
I don't need the whole the ramen. Like that's a lot. No drips.
Yeah, no.
You can take it on the
and
go?
then if you have facial hair, it's like it's like when you
That's a
when you
big
slurp
problem.
when I slurp the noodle, it's like but it always like spits and then it's like gets in my
So now
beard.
it's all wet. Your beard's all wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And then that smell, if you got your food on your
yeah,
your
it wasn't
beard,
even so much the taste of the stuff I was eating I didn't like. It was but I did seek out sushi and I had some of the best sushi I ever had. It was just like a random joint and it was excellent.
Just
I
a
got, like,
random
sample
place.
Is it the
sample
same
platter.
type of food? Is sushi what it is though? So like Americanized
There
sushi?
was some stuff I've never seen before, but a lot of it was the same. But what was weird is like we always put the wasabi on the side.
They put it in it.
They put it like underneath the fish and the rice. So I was like, oh, there's no wasabi. Like, yeah, I guess they don't do wasabi here. But then you bite into it, it's like, oh no, wasabi's in there. But it was good. What they don't like you to do is like take the wasabi in the soy sauce and mix it around. Like that's like disrespectful to do that.
Jeez, that's all everybody
That's
does
what we do
here.
here. Yeah, but we're not supposed to do that.
That's how like
You're supposed to put a little
you
wasabi
started
on the piece.
over
yeah.
here.
Yeah, but they give you the soy
We're
sauce.
just
and you dip it.
disrespectful
We
by
are.
nature.
We're out of order. Disrespectful.
But you know what? That's just a culture thing. Like, there's things that they would probably actually, I don't know. They probably wouldn't be so disrespectful if they came here.
Yeah, but I was like, one point was
until
just
they snap.
like yearning for like a sandwich or
burger.
something. Yeah. But and then what's big there is the 7-Elevens.
Yes, that's why I want to ask. They're
Yeah,
gourmet.
a lot. Not gourmet, but they're big.
very
You know,
nice.
like we have like one like grab and go container. You
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
7, like they have like sandwiches. There's like 4 or 5 of those in every 7-Eleven, and a lot of people like for breakfast. That's what people do. They go to you get like little like rice balls, but it has like a little fish inside the rice. So they have sandwiches, which
I
is
don't
like
like fish.
it's like
I
three
don't
it's like 3 halves of sandwiches. It's like fried pork sandwich. It's like you buy a little pack and it's got for whatever reason 3 halves of a sandwich in it, and a lot of people
Three,
people grab that, and it's like it was like decent.
So would that be 3/3? Or they big?
It's a sandwich and a half.
Oh,
getting a sandwich and a
it's
half.
not
Oh,
like a
more
sandwich.
sandwich.
So it's more. I thought it was they
it's
cut
three,
it into
it's
thirds.
3
or
halves
something.
of it's no, not 3 halves. It's 3 halves of a sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you could turn it into a triple decker if you wanted.
if you wanted to.
See,
yeah.
this is such American. We're like,
Yeah, how
we
can
could
you get more?
stack them up.
Which is
shove
really nice
them
'cause
in.
Shove them in at once.
I was on I took one of the bullet trains that go like 200 miles
Oh.
an hour.
How are those?
Yeah, it was
What do you
cool.
feel?
It,
That
feel,
would
it
freak
doesn't.
me out.
It's like it didn't feel.
Even when you
That-
stop and go,
No,
you don't
it's-
feel it.
Yeah, not really.
You're
No,
not,
you
like,
look at the
pinned
window.
back?
You're like, yeah, we're cruising here, but it doesn't. You don't really feel it. No.
Okay.
It's gradual enough, but it's funny because the front of the train is like angled to
Is
like,
that? I didn't know that.
yeah, because
What do
it
you
was
mean it's
apparently it's angled. It's like a cone at the front. Like our trains are just flat, but apparently when those fast trains would go through tunnels, it would make like a sonic boom because it would be like no. It
Oh,
would,
wow.
It would like
Oh, it hits like boom.
yeah, like that
probably.
hole. It would like thump. So like they had to cut cut they had to cut that.
Aerodynamics.
Yeah, to do that. So that's why they made them.
That's like when you're
But we
driving
were-
in a car with one window open and you got to crack the
Oh,
window
yeah.
to stop
Just
the
like that,
sound.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
like
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I hate when I'm driving an Uber and somebody lowers the back window. I'm like, I gotta lower my window to
I hate that.
yeah. But
Reiterating.
we were stuck on the train for 5 hours because there was a typhoon coming through. Like the typhoons, like that sounds scary, but it's like a less serious hurricane. Like it's just
Oh,
like
it
heavy.
is?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Typhoon
There was,
sounds
there was
worse
2 of
than a
them. There
hurricane,
was 2 of
doesn't
them when I
it?
was there. Like one like the week before I was there. So it's like a typhoon season. It sounds worse because it sounds like it's going to be
just
yeah.
heavy rain and wind.
I think they're just more common, but they're not as serious. Yeah,
That's
but they
funny.
shut down the train because
Yeah.
they've never had a problem on these train rides, and they try to on these all their trains, but they try to keep it that way. They're extra cautious.
Oh wow, they're extra safe instead of trying to pump out more.
Yeah.
The risk
Uh-huh.
of the. all
But
the
so there was a
commuters.
5-hour delay. Nobody said anything, but people are just like it was like a 2-hour trip.
because the people understood what was going on.
They make an announcement. I didn't have a clue what they were saying, but people didn't even look up. Like they're on the computer, didn't even look up. People on their phone. No,
Didn't bother
like in
them at
America,
all.
it's like you gotta tell me what's going on. I gotta get there by 3:00.
Because everybody thinks that they should be like, someone should have a helicopter waiting for you to get transported
everybody's
off the train.
privileged to think
Yeah.
like you can't delay me here. Everyone's like, yeah, obviously there's a storm up there. If they think we shouldn't go, then we shouldn't go, and we'll sit here quietly. And then at one point we were at a station, so they let people get off, and you could walk through other trains to get off and get some food and come back. I didn't get off. Like we didn't get off because I was too
wasn't
scared.
testing
I'm like,
that, yeah.
because if they make an announcement, the train's going. I'm not gonna know
I
what
don't know
they
what
say.
they're saying.
So I can't. I just stayed here, and but there was somebody. The guy sitting behind me must have seen we're the only white people on this train. This guy must have seen they're not going to get off the train. So this guy came back and gave me he's like, you want a sandwich and a water? The guy bought me a sandwich and water because he saw I wasn't going to go off the train.
That is
They would probably would have been like, "Sucker, you should get off the train."
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine in
Dude.
America somebody doing that?
No.
Yeah.
I
don't
can't
care.
imagine any of this happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't care about anybody
This
but
is so
ourselves.
embarrassing to hear about ourselves.
They made an announcement. Everybody got up on the train. It just went, and then just
God damn it! But you know what? There's a lot of
And then
perks here too.
in contrast, so we land back in New York from Detroit. We land like the flight attendant made an announcement. Some people have a connecting flight to England. Let's please let them off first. Everybody stay sat until
Is
the
that like the
connecting flight.
international hub, Detroit?
This was in New York. This was when I got to New York. So this was anybody, I don't know. So she literally says, she goes, please don't get violent. Don't push us out of the plane. Everybody stay calm. Nobody get violent. In America, we have to make a point to make announcement, don't get violent and push us out of the plane. She said, don't push us out of the plane.
Don't push us out of the plane.
After coming back from Japan.
Which means that's happened enough.
Yeah. No, you don't just make that announcement.
Oh, yeah.
That happens and you go, we got to go. We got to start telling people.
We got to start telling people, stop pushing us off the plane.
There's a team meeting. Like, listen, we're getting pushed out of a lot of fucking planes here.
Yeah.
Time to make an announcement.
The difference was just, and this is coming back from literally the most peaceful place.
I hope they can't hear that. If they're coming in, if they're like you in the train, I hope, like,
imagine them if they hear, like, what the fuck am I on?
They just push people here?
They push people off the train.
Crazy.
Christ. That's amazing. Man. That's a really cool trip.
No, it was great. Yeah, it was, I'm going to look to see. I did take some notes.
Yeah, so what else did you visit besides Mount Fuji?
Yeah, some like temples and shrines and stuff like that. But I did really cool thing, which had really nothing to do with Japan. But they have this. It's called the Teamworks Lab, which is just like it's like a digital art show, and it's kind of immersive. So you just walk around it, and like there's big screens, and they do things on the screens. That was one of the coolest things that we saw.
I'm surprised they don't. Did you go to? Can you go? This would be a dumb question. But how far is Nagasaki and Hiroshima from where you were?
I could have.
Like, I feel like they have every right to hate us.
I could have taken the bullet train to that, but that would have been like a whole that's
the whole
there's
thing.
just other,
That's a day.
You just have to prioritize things.
Is it even like? Is it they memorialized it or? Is
Yeah,
it like,
people go. It's a tourist thing. People
I think
go.
Bergen was just out there.
you could still go. It's
took
not
a bunch of pictures.
You could
like
go.
it's
and-
not
yeah.
radioactive.
No, yeah, I don't think
I feel
so.
terrible even asking about.
No,
it.
it's yeah.
I just feel guilty.
So I've been to Pearl Harbor, which is funny because
Pearl Harbor's a little different.
But the only interest I had in going would be fun to see. Not fun, but it would be interesting. It'd be fun.
We
to
got
see,
you worse.
It'd be fun to see both sides of it, you know. But
Yeah.
because when I was in Pearl Harbor, there's a lot of Japanese tourists there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like they're taking pictures, but like it was funny because like they were taking pictures and like laughing and stuff like that. It was like this seems a little
Really?
cool. Oh, that's what I was gonna say about them being like everybody being quiet on the train and like in public being everybody's kind of reserved. It's nice because it's peaceful, but there's not a lot of public like jovial.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of laughing, not a lot of joking around. People are like very quiet, which
Serious.
it's almost like, is it worth it? Because I like being like loud and joking around in public.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
So
Especially if you're on a long train ride.
Yeah.
Like I want to like, you
Like
know.
yeah, it's order, but there's no fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not, but I think all of that happens at night. I didn't do a lot of the nightlife, so I think a lot of that happens at night where like they get pretty wild.
It's
at night.
probably a completely different side at night.
Yeah. Oh, and these bars, like you go through these alley, like there's small alleys, and there's just like one
they-
bar or restaurant after another, but they're literally the size of this living room. And it's like a bar on one side, and then smaller actually, literally smaller than this. And it's a bar with like 6 seats around it, and that's the entire restaurant and bar. And like you just see people are just like like you just
They
sit,
sit
and you
down
just sit,
with no
you just
socks
sit and
and
talk to
shoes?
the bartender. No, there's like stools. That's like
right.
certain restaurants have that. But you just sit and talk to the bartender, and the bartender's just talking. Like there's just everybody's just hanging out together. It's crazy. Yeah. So,
Is it a lot of like tight quarters like that?
it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be like most of the city.
Is that more
but,
China though that we're thinking? Like,
No,
because
it
I'm thinking
happens-
like,
it
do they
happens
have
in
like
Japan. I
fish
saw them in
markets and
Japan.
these food markets
there's
that are
fish-
like
yeah.
dirty though, or they're not?
They have fish markets. Like they used to have a really public one, like a really famous tourist one.
Why are you
Can't, you can't go to
I'm
anymore.
thinking about that Seinfeld episode where Kramer puts the Japanese businessmen in his
Yeah,
drawers.
that's right.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, they like to be confined.
So
Jerry, they like to be
They
small.
like to be in small spaces.
I stayed in something not too far
Did you?
far from that. Yeah.
Well, you
So,
stayed in a drawer.
kind of. It wasn't a drawer, but it was.
It was the
they
bottom
call,
drawer.
They call it.
That's right. He's
They
got
call
all
it.
the word.
They call it capsules.
Capsule.
You know what? They had to have gotten that from something.
So it's. I had to stay
I
one.
did.
I stayed one night. I wanted to stay in. Like I stayed at four different places.
I can't
stayed at.
sleep in something called a capsule.
I couldn't sleep in a capsule at all.
So it was.
I'm too claustrophobic
That's
to
what I'm
sleep in a
saying.
castle.
I don't like fucking the idea of sleeping in a capsule.
So it's like you book this one. It's like a bunk bed, and like it's just big enough. It's like a twin size bed,
Uh-huh.
and it's like just big enough for you to fit in.
Do they fold you back into a wall?
No, but there's just a little. There's just like a little sliding gate that you slide down over yourself. Where's my photos of this thing?
Now, is this like
So you're locked in like a bed that has two like windows that you pull down, basically.
Then it's not, so it's just walls. Is just
So
all
you have
walls. You climb in straight ahead. You lay down and then like you turn around and you just slide like where you climbed in. You just and like you just like literally the walls are here, and like
Dude,
you're just laying
it's
on a
like you're in a
mattress.
coffin. I can't do that.
No, that's,
It was like a
that's
And you got to
Yeah.
sleep in there all night?
Yeah.
How much?
What kind of question is that?
I don't know. Do you, like, how
Take a
much
cat
room
nap
above
in
you
there.
do you have? Could I extend my arms up?
No, like it's like
Oh,
this.
no, I
It's
can't
like
do that. I couldn't do
It's like
that.
that.
I'd
Would
have to
his
stay up
belly
the
hit
whole
the
night.
roof?
No, it's not that.
Imagine waking up and trying to move. I'd be fucking.
Dude, I would pop out. Of
I
that
would,
thing.
I would, I wouldn't be able to. I
Oh,
really
here it
wouldn't be
is.
able to do that. Is it hot?
Yeah. That's it.
Get that, B.
That's where I slept.
Dude, it looks nice.
And you can see like the pillow is like a good size like reference for how big the thing is.
It doesn't. When I say nice, it looks like cozy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
you
was
could
good.
put your arms up.
Yeah, but not. I don't. You couldn't extend them all the way up.
I don't like that. It looks
Yeah,
like a
that's-
fucking like a.
It's not like it's not. The wall's not in front
I
of
don't
your face.
know.
But,
I'm not a
yeah.
huge fan of that.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not as bad as I thought, but I don't love it.
So yeah, and it's just those just lined up like.
Do they have air coming in them?
Yeah, you can put there's air in them. There's a little TV if you see like you can swivel down a TV in front
Oh,
of
that's
you.
nice.
All right,
Yeah.
maybe it's
Like
not
you're
so
a
bad.
dentist or something.
But yeah, that was pretty interesting.
I've noticed that around here I've seen a lot of these pop up like on like road trips that they have like those micro hotels.
Yeah.
Because that's I know
What's
we
a
don't
micro
we don't
hotel?
just like if you're driving long drives and need to like take a nap for a little while, like sleep for a little while. I think it's a great idea, but I think they're just
Isn't that what like a park and ride is for? Other than
yeah, but that's
like
in
a
your
gay
your
hangout?
car, right?
Or motels, you know.
Or yeah,
Yeah, like it's,
But this is specifically
why do they have to
designed
call
for
it a
like
micro
like just a
hotel?
bed.
I think it's very small. You book it online. There's nobody to check in. It's like you could book it and you have a room for an hour.
Sounds like a serial killer's haven.
It might be, but it's also it's just in a lot of those areas where it's like, oh, you're in a
Where you don't want to fucking hang out and do some solo.
basically where I do comedy in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know. It sounds like a good plot for a horror.
Yeah.
So what else did I write down? I wrote here.
Yeah, what do you got?
Kit Kats. They love Kit Kats. Kit Kats everywhere. Different flavors of Kit Kats. That was
Really?
pretty interesting to me. Yeah.
Kit Kats.
I
Yeah,
wrote Kit
that's-
Kats.
That's a candy
Of
of
all
choice.
things.
Yeah.
Is it modern there?
Modern.
Like, is it? Would you
yeah,
consider
there's
it
a lot
like
of modern. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like they're with the times.
So I did a lot of walking. Right. This is not about Japan. This is just about my experience in Japan. So a ton of walking everywhere, and I started getting a rash in my thighs, like really bad. You know.
Oh, that would
So-
have been me.
Huh.
That would have been me too.
Yeah, awful. I don't really deal with that ever, but it was so hot, like
not
hotter.
fun.
It was
Oh, it
hotter
was-
than it is
yeah,
here.
the-
Oh my
it
god,
was hot.
it was so hot.
Humid
So-
hot or hot like
Hot,
Vegas hot?
Like, no, like. I'm a bad judge of that. It was like just
fair
hot.
enough.
I don't know, it was
It's
just
hot. I
miserable. I don't know.
gotcha.
It was just like, yeah. I guess more humid. Yeah. So I'm rationing. I'm like, and I'm worried because at the end of the trip, I have this hike up Mount Fuji. So I'm like, I'm not going to
that's
be able to do
at the
this.
end.
Oh,
Like
that
if I got a
end.
rash, I can't do
You
it.
can't
I can't
rash
hike
up
with a
there.
rash. So I started pulling my shorts up like all the way, so that because I wear my shorts like where the waist is like around here.
Yeah, so do
But
I.
then that leaves a big gap where your shorts, like your legs are rubbed together, like between like
gotcha.
where your boxers end
I know
and
what
where
you're
your
talking-
shorts
yeah, yeah.
start. There's like exposed skin that my thighs just rub together. So I had to pull my shorts like all the way up so that it was like actually at the crotch, is like which I guess I don't know. Is this where I'm supposed to be wearing my pants? I refused it because like the waist is up here. I'm
Oh,
like,
I know. I hate.
So I hated. I just
I
hated
get a
walking around
fupa
feeling
if
that
I
way.
do that.
Yeah, you can't not.
Can't not. If
Yeah.
you have a gut,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not a
you're
good
gonna
one.
have an air like it's just empty space for
Yeah.
me. Thank God.
But I had to survival this thing because I'm like I need to save my thighs for the end of this trip. So I'm like, I need baby powder. I've never used baby powder in my
get the
life.
Gold Bomb medicated baby powder. Powder works great.
This guy knows his powder.
So
Trust me, it does.
But it was like almost like an instinctual, instinctual
Instinctual.
yeah thing. TV news. I was like I feel like baby powder I need. Like I never used it, but I feel
Or
like
cream.
I feel like this is what. So I've never really applied it to myself. So I'm in the shower, like after I shower, I'm like trying to like get it on my thighs. Is this how you do it? Like I've seen people in movies do this. You put it in your palm.
Put it on the palm of your hand and then you rub it in.
All right. But they have the little air thing.
They do, yeah. So it like puffs out.
Puffs out, yeah.
Yeah, but that's just like
I haven't used
puff of
powder in
smoke,
a
and then
long
it's all on
time.
your floor. It gets
Oh my God,
the
bathroom,
tile.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
My idea would be just pump it in your hand, and
Yeah.
then you give yourself a nice little rub.
Yeah, rub on the skin directly.
Yeah. So
And you get to put wherever you want. And I always say
So-
Gold Bomb, get the yellow or green ones. The green is nice.
yeah, I got like just the Johnson.
That's not doing anything for that, though. The other one, the medicated one, would have fixed that in one night.
Oh, it's medicated.
Oh, okay.
It's like a medicated powder. You can feel it like it's like a nice little burn. Like not a
okay.
burn, but you
No,
know,
I
you
know.
feel it working.
I should have texted you.
You should have. I told you, dude. I'm
Hey,
up.
you probably get rashes.
Yeah,
what do you do for your rashes?
Yeah, you're a fat guy with fucking legs.
Whenever you get your thighs get chapped, reach out to him.
Reach out to yeah, yeah, definitely rash season. But it's like
I'm a rash guy.
so I did. I was like, it's funny because like I went with Cheryl and like she's in the other room and like you know, like don't come in here. I'm putting my baby powders. That's a tiny little bathroom.
Yeah.
You know. So like I put it on one night. She goes, "What happened in there?" I'm like, "I put on baby powder." She goes, "It's everywhere." She goes, "You can't leave it like that." She goes, "I'm like, what's it doing? Coke in here?" And there's an explosion. So like I was in the shower, like I was washing the whole shower down.
Yeah, you can't. That you made. I could just see a puff of smoke all in your
So
fucking.
to
bathroom.
limit that, I sat on the shower. It's like a stand-up shower, but I sat on it. Like I put my legs in the air, and I'm just like pouring the stuff in my
That's
legs.
also a
It
good way
worked.
to go.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't really do that.
So I had to
You know,
like, I
that's-
just
It's not like
yeah.
over I could do that. I would miss.
So I just had to like sit and like wait, and I just wait for it to like settle on there a
Settle
little
in,
bit.
yeah,
It
gotcha.
felt good. You know, yeah, definitely note the medicated stuff is better. Yeah,
The medicated stuff is better after you have the rash.
What's it medicated with?
I don't know, but I love it.
What is
Yeah.
the gold bond?
Gold Bomb is powder that's medicated.
but I like
It's
the
like
feeling.
It's
I-
supposed to fix. Like if you have a rash, it heals the rash while it prevents. Baby powder, if you do that first, that's like a preventative.
Yeah,
Keep it
I
dry.
think I might become like a baby powder guy.
Baby powder smells good. Baby
Yeah.
powder's. I have both. If you don't have it and you want
Yeah.
to be fresh, you put the baby powder on.
I haven't used it ever.
Bidets everywhere.
That was my
That's-
next
I mean, that's
question.
just literally every toilet is a bidet.
Best thing ever, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
bidets. He loves a bidet.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
haven't
telling
had a
because
bidet.
people don't realize once you use bidets, one, you don't have to use toilet paper. Everybody hears so
You
much
do,
saving
I mean,
trees.
You got it's one.
But it's a one dry wipe.
Yeah.
It's a dry wipe.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
That's
if you
all it
get
takes.
good, I don't know
Yeah.
how good the bidets are there, but I
Right.
think they like originated there, so I'm assuming they're great.
I wonder
top
if
of
it's,
the
it's
notch.
got to be. Is it not a French word?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. That's it's probably a European thing.
Yeah.
I just
So-
know
but-
China was big. Like Asian has like big on bidets.
So you could. I didn't realize like you put it on. It would stay on as long as you want until you turn it off. So I would turn it on. And I would just sit there. I was like, I feel like how long is too long? I mean, at what point is this turning like sexual?
Dude,
Yeah,
I left my buddies because you can put it so it's like you could set like it's like a 3 minute and it gives you it's like a dry, it's a water.
Yeah,
it's
there's
like
a couple of them had like a dry thing in air.
oh
thing,
my
yeah.
god! I told my buddy, I said when I walked out of his bathroom, I said I feel like I need a cigarette.
Yeah,
And
That
I
was
tell
nice.
people whoever are like, oh, I would never want my asshole getting licked or anything like that. Go sit in a bidet.
Yeah,
It
go
seems
sit in a
bidet.
very similar.
You have a different story. I take the shower head from out of the shower and I give it a
What? Like
Yeah, I
you
do
have
that.
a vagina?
Yeah, I've been doing that my whole life. Yeah,
that's like I feel like that's a nice
Yeah, I go
that's a
around back
nice
with it, yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Imagine one that's going straight in.
I would like to try it out. I haven't tried it out.
You almost feel like you really don't need toilet paper.
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
nice
You
feeling.
could use a bidet and then get like the wet naps or wet wipes or whatever, and just use that to kind of dry off
yeah,
a little.
no,
and then you're smelling
I like
fresh.
the whole idea of it.
The whole idea is just cleaner. Your hands, everything's cleaner. You don't have to wipe
I
your
do.
ass.
I put the shower thing on the massage thing, and I used to have a shower head that was so powerful, like people would use it, and like they literally couldn't even stand how powerful it was. Even that.
It's nice.
I'm telling you guys, it's something else.
Yeah,
I'm
got-
a
we
big
gotta-
fan of bidets.
We got to invest in a bidet.
yeah. I mean, you can get the ones that just attach to your
Yeah.
current toilet.
Yeah,
you
you
just
can-
hook it up.
you can
Hook it
get
up to your
two.
Those
plumbing.
are cool until
They
you
work.
get on one that has a setting and you can
Yeah.
like adjust temperature
Yeah,
and like the way it's coming. You could do like a jet. You could like
Yeah.
it's all types of stuff.
I was hoping that this trip would open me up to being able to tell Asian people apart more. Like I was hoping I'd really get a feel for what a Japanese person looks like compared to what a Chinese. I'm like, this is I'm not trying to be offensive here. I can't. Certain people can. Like I remember,
I'm
I think there was an
fairly
episode
good.
of Curb Enthusiasm where he sat next to an Asian person. And he was like, Korean. And she's like, yeah. He goes, I thought it's like he
exactly.
he prides himself in being able to tell them apart. I can't, and I think it's almost slightly less racist because on my part, because I don't think Japanese people look like. To me, like I can tell the difference between this Japanese person and this Japanese person, and this like I don't think they all look alike individually, but I don't see like what are you seeing between?
I'm sorry, there's no race where everybody looks alike. That's like ridiculous. Even like
like to me, that's it. Like when someone says, "Oh, a Japanese person usually has this features," I'm like, but I'm looking at 4 people here that have very different features.
Right.
Like, I can tell they all look very different to me. So I don't see the through line to why this person. But then I see like almost if you added a Chinese person there, I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't see what the difference. Like
Koreans look the most different to me. Like you could tell Koreans more so than I could tell.
What can you tell about them?
I don't like again.
It's just
there's nothing you could say that doesn't come off
they'll
sounding
say like
racist.
they'll say like, oh, I looked up. I'm like, how do I identify a Japanese person? I'm like, oh, they'll have slightly rounder eyes on them. But I'm like, I don't like this stuff.
It's true though. It's like a lot of it is the eyes and the face. But like, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at deciphering.
And it's just, I think maybe you just need to be like
what I mean,
but certain people are better at it. I don't know.
I know,
but what I'm
which
saying
makes
is there's
me
no way to say it without sounding like a fucking
It
asshole.
sounds silly, but no, I
But the racist part comes from when you say all Asian people look like. I don't think all Asian people look
don't.
like. I can tell if like I'm not gonna be like Ziegler used to have that bit about the Chinese food restaurant guy, and he was like, and the guy came over to him, and I don't want to tell Ziegler's bit, but maybe I will. Fuck it. Where he said he was like, listen, I know you're not my waiter, but I'm looking for another water or whatever. And the guy's like, actually, I am your waiter. So he was like going out of his way to act like he couldn't tell them apart. But he actually.
That's hilarious.
So. Yeah, it's not that I think they'll look like. I just can't like. But I think it's a matter of just if you just spend more time, maybe you see the subtleties of it. I reference it a lot. Like if you don't listen to a certain type of music, like I think all heavy metal sounds the same because I don't listen to it a lot. It just all sounds like. But
I agree
people
with
who
that.
people who love it and listen to it, they hear all the nuances and the
I
subtleties.
think all country sounds the same.
Yeah, and I think like even this band Camera Obscura over here, they're one of my favorite bands. When I first heard them, I'm like, all these songs sound the same to me, but I liked it. But the more and more I listened to it, the more I was like, oh, I know. Like I can tell you, I can hear the beginning of the song, and I know exactly which song. So it's just about the more, involved.
The more you're
or something.
exposed to anything,
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah. And then one more thing.
There's a big rivalry within the groups, though, right? Like Japanese people don't really like Chinese. Well, more China than Korea, I would imagine.
I think some of them think Japanese people think they're like
better than everybody.
The top.
The same thing happens with in the Hispanic community. Like a lot of Guatemalans think the Mexicans think they're better than them. Okay. So I think there is some stuff. I mean, probably person to person. There's probably a lot.
True.
You know what I mean? But I think there is there's probably stereotypes about that. Like they probably have their own stereotypes. Like we have, like stereotypes about Canadians are nice, and it's like there's probably a lot of that type.
I got a Canadian in my family now.
Oh, do you?
My brother got married.
I saw that. Yeah. Congrats,
Rich.
One thing I thought was funny is like I would see like an American, and I would like even though I was in Japan, I would be like, I know why I'm here. Like, why are you here?
What are you doing?
Like,
here?
Because to me, this was never on my radar. Like, it kind of just was thrown in my lap, and I was like, yeah, let's go to Japan. But it wasn't on my top of places to go. I just thought if I don't go now, I probably won't ever go. So, but I'm looking at people, I'm like, and especially people who live there. I'm like, so you live in Japan, huh? Like you just picked up and moved to Japan. And my friend who lives in Japan, he's learning the language.
What did he move there for?
He got a job there teaching English. Teaching.
Most of them teach English.
Yeah. And he's just he didn't speak any Japanese when he moved there. He's learning now.
My buddy did the same. Our buddy, Pete, one of our listeners.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you guys saw. He slid in our messages this week asking where we've been. But he lives in South Korea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, South Korea.
Yeah, I think so.
He lives in Korea. He got married to a girl out there, and he lives there. He's got a family and everything there.
Crazy.
I don't know if he'll ever come back, but he's there. Yeah, he seems to be. Seoul, I think he lives in.
Seoul.
Yeah, it was great. I was in Tokyo. It's very much like it feels like you're in Manhattan, big buildings, and it feels very modern. And it felt like you see this is like their Times Square.
Do you have any
this is
fast
like their
food
village.
spots there?
Oh yeah,
McDonald's.
Yeah, yeah. There's a hotel right around the corner.
Did you go in any of them?
Yeah, so they have a soy burger, a soy sauce burger. I didn't.
Do they have the regular stuff plus that, or it's like okay?
I got a McDonald's breakfast one day because they don't do a lot of breakfasts in public. A lot of places don't. There was one. They have you ever see those Japanese pancakes. They're like a super thick and fluffy.
No.
I don't think I've
They have
seen
like
it,
a whole.
no.
They have like their own whole different type of pancake. And I passed by a place that it was like a long line outside. So I wanted to go to that place, but they didn't open till like 11, and I was out taking photos early. And like they don't do a lot of like. It seems like they either do breakfast at home or they do like those 7-Eleven grab and go containers.
Okay.
So I was like, there's no place. So I went into McDonald's for breakfast.
Is it fast paced there or is it slow?
Yeah, pretty fast paced.
See,
Yeah.
that I need.
There's
I
a lot of
can't-
order.
What?
There's
Yeah,
a lot of order
everything's-
there. So
and
But it
you
doesn't
never
mean
got the
they're moving
feeling.
with pace.
You never got the feeling if you were dealing with somebody behind the counter, like they were distracted, like they were doing their job, they were focused on their job, they didn't hate what they were doing. It's-
Everybody hates what they're doing here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Service these days, it's
Yeah.
just like. You
It's
ever
rough.
notice like a lot of these kids, and I don't know if it's just a generational thing. Is that a Tower Records?
So yeah, they were Tower Records in
Oh,
Shibuya,
that
yeah.
Tower Records exists over
Still there.
Yeah, I bought a T-shirt. I didn't buy any vinyl because I don't like.
That's
wanna,
amazing.
I didn't want to fly home with like vinyl. Like, how am I going to get this
Yeah,
thing home
that's
safely?
true.
Well, I bought a T-shirt that says Tower
sell
Tower
CDs?
Records Shibuya. Oh yeah, huge CDs. Nine floors. Like hip hop was on the 9th floor. There's like
I miss
I
Tower
walked
Records.
up and there was
Dude,
like
I
a.
saw that band. I was like, Tower Records.
I walked up. First thing I see is a Stone's Throw display, and it's like a pretty niche record label in here. But I'm like, the fact that it's like they're just so much more up on music. Even like when I posted, Ricky Grimes was like, he's like, oh, it's like a bucket list place for me to go because they love wrestling, hip hop, and what was the third? Oh, and sushi. He's like, it's like a bucket list place because he loves all three of those things.
When are we getting him on?
Soon, yeah. Let's
Yeah,
go.
By the way,
Yeah.
I was in Fire Island a couple weekends ago, and a guy walked past like the house with like it was like a guy that looked just like Ricky with a wife that looked just like Ricky's and a baby that
Yeah.
Ricky has.
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
the baby looked like
baby-
the
looked
baby.
like Ricky's
I'm like, that's a Ricky Grimes baby right there.
yeah.
And I was like,
Coco?
that's definitely them. So I texted him. I was like, are you in Fire Island? He's like, no, not even close. He was like driving from Pennsylvania.
Well, first of all, he doesn't need to add not even close. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
he made me
If
feel
you-
bad
either
about
you're here or
myself.
not. It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
like no, but we're close. That
Yeah.
wouldn't be any better.
Yeah. But he was basically like, he's like, no, and you're way off.
Thanks for keeping up with my
Yeah.
location status. So yeah, just like the fact that they were so like the Mayor Hawthorne and Tuxedo were on this label, and it was like wow, like you don't see them with like end caps in America. So I was really
You don't. I was just
happy, I was happy to
But
see.
you don't really see any music. Like you have to go into like a specific.
It's all like
store.
it's all pop stuff.
Yeah.
It was all like hip hop was like they had cool shit.
That's pretty cool, man.
MF Doom section like
I
big
noticed
MF
that
Doom
bag
supply.
too. The same color bags, same bags. I
So
love
this
it.
is
Yeah.
filled with Japanese snacks.
Let's see what you got.
Oh, that's right.
So I don't know if we want to do it. We don't. We've run out of time today, but maybe we'll try.
Really? How long are we at?
We're
Or it's
an hour.
7:30.
We're an hour.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I gotta
let's-
host
let's-
a mic after this.
Let's pick out. Oh, is that tonight? So did they move the night?
Yeah, it's a whole thing, but it's at 9:00, so I should.
So
Be
I thought
all right.
about going to that because I just all just got.
Yeah, well, if you want to go,
I've been doing a couple sets around.
I know. I see you. I see you bouncing around.
I just
town.
signed up for a show on the 13th. And,
I actually did see that, and I noticed that, and I loved it that you were on stage. I
What
was gonna
show
ask
were you
if that
going
was
on
an
the
old
13th?
one,
It's
or-
like Bettina, Bettina. She's like she does it's more out east like on.
So we got to
by
do an
Long
open
Beach and
mic
stuff?
night because I've been writing, and I
Yes.
told.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I told B that I do have some news. I think I have enough of an idea to make 3 minutes worth of something.
All right.
Okay.
So what do you got? What do we got here? Maybe
These-
we'll do the
these
taste
was-
test next week.
Let's try one of these
All
because these look.
I'm
to
kind
me-
of hungry, so yeah. Let's get
These
something
to me are
going.
so interesting. These are. I don't know if the camera will pick this up. I don't know what they're. I bought them. I bought these out of a vending machine.
Every
and
burger?
They're candy. Every burger. It's a burger shaped candy. So I want to open these and see what these are all about. What the hell? I didn't even have any of this when I was here. I got the.
There's no nuts in this.
I don't think so.
You don't have an allergy.
I do. And now that I can't taste, I'm going to need you to tell me.
Look at this.
Are those little burgers?
Little tiny burgers. Yeah.
Please take a picture of those.
Yeah.
Look at those things. Let me see that.
They really
Hey.
do taste like little burgers. Look like. They got the seeds.
Let me
Yeah.
see one. Now that's a chocolate. It looks.
Looks struggle. Looks like there's any nuts in there. or
I'm not
what?
gonna lie, B. Those might be nuts on top.
There might be.
No. Yeah. Should I look? I can't
Just
even
double
read.
check.
Oh, it's all Chinese.
You can't.
Let me
Well,
see.
so
I got
here's
you, babe.
here's interesting. So I was using the Google Lens, which is amazing. When I was there, you can hold up. You go up your Google.
That's not nuts.
Your
I'm
Google.
I promise you, it's not.
You can hook up. You open up the Google app, and like you literally hold the camera up. You hit the lens, and you can hold the camera up to any Japanese writing, and it translates it to you like in real
Real time?
like in the screen, like over
Give me
the
back those.
over the thing. It'll
These are
write. It'll write.
fantastic.
You write
What do
the
they
American.
taste like? Little chocolates?
Yeah, they're little chocolates with a cracker on top.
No, there's. I think there's a nut on top.
That's not nuts.
The nuts are the seeds
That's
are nuts.
seeds. No, it's sesame
It's not.
seeds.
It's not real sesame seeds.
No, it's sesame seeds, bro.
You're really scared.
I am scared.
Well-
It's a phobia.
And also,
You don't get it. It's not nuts. It's seeds.
also, is it worth it for him?
I
He
don't
can't even
trust
taste
him.
it anyway. So is
See,
it
you already
really?
touched it.
It's not touch.
Is
Yeah,
it
but
worth
you
it
get
for him
nervous.
if you can't even taste it?
Can you imagine? No, it's
I'm
not.
gonna crush this whole thing because these are fantastic.
Ryan, you have some.
You got to save me some of those and
No, I just wanted to have a few.
search with your camera. What am I doing? Google.
I love everything about these. That these are mini burgers.
Yeah, I thought that was incredible.
I mean, this looks like a fun little snack.
B.
What are we doing out here?
B. I
Ingredients:
promise you,
manufacturing sugar,
I don't-
cocoa mass.
They're not the
You can't even
seeds.
believe. Like this is incredible.
What?
Like
You're reading
I'm
Japanese.
reading. I'm holding this over here. It's all in Japanese, and then it shows you in. Okay, we got vegetable margarine, contains components shortening, lactose. It's got sesame.
I told you it's sesame seeds. I'm tasting it, bro. I just had to stick to them.
No nuts.
There's no nuts. Boom, it's already in there. Don't read it now, because now if there is, you can't
No
tell
nuts. It's a crunchy biscuit on top. They call that. Can you taste anything? Nothing.
them. You taste nothing? What do you like about the texture, though? It's good. It's a nice crunch.
I was saying that before.
I like the texture.
Like, it's a good crunch. It's
I'm gonna have
not-
another one.
Okay.
You asked him. I just had like 7 of those things. Do you smell it?
A little bit.
That's good.
That's good.
It tastes like something from my
That
childhood.
whole tray.
Wait, there's like even a sauce on here.
No, it's
There's a
chocolate.
cheese.
That's not cheese, probably. It's probably just like vanilla.
There's a fake cheese.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably like a vanilla mix.
They look.
But it looks like cheese.
Does.
This looks like a little burger.
Wait, can you throw one over to me? I want to see. I didn't look at it like that. Look at that landed. Oh, it is a cheese. How cute.
I'm holding it up to the camera. I'm gonna take a close-up picture of this thing.
I'm not gonna lie. This would be a go-to snack of mine here. This is something during a movie I could just like popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like a chocolate.
I had low expectations for these because I'm like, I got them from the vending machine. You want to try one more?
Those are good.
Dude, I would have finished all those in one sitting easily. I bet you these would be good out of the fridge.
Do you like? Look, I guess they like candies that look like other things. They have little ice cream
That's
cones.
what
I like candies that look like other things.
Is that like a little wafer cookie though?
I have no idea. I haven't tried any of this.
Wait, we're not trying this now, B. We're doing another one.
You want a dessert after your?
I'm
wanna-
gonna
yeah,
have
we-
a dessert.
burger- burger and ice
dessert,
cream.
but you're
We'll
gonna have
burger
to
and ice
Google
cream.
it.
B, there's
no
no
nuts in
peanuts.
there.
Don't
in
yell at
it.
me, and it's not peanuts.
Don't
Like,
yell at me, he says. Let's see. I don't know.
by
if
the
they-
way,
I don't know if they go out of the way. Like here, they'll say like contains nuts. No nuts.
I feel like Japanese people, because all the least, like, it's probably not as processed. I mean, maybe it is just as processed, but they probably have less allergies.
There's like immersion therapy for. There's people who have peanut allergies that are like they're
well, I
they're
don't know
going
what,
through.
you can
allergies.
beat the allergy?
Yeah, like heard somebody whose kid had a peanut allergy, and like, yeah, he's up to 2 teaspoons a day of
He's
peanut.
up to
Oh,
a
like
nut
you
a day.
slowly give it
Yeah,
to
like,
them? But can't you kill them just giving them a little bit? I heard about somebody's girlfriend who died from kissing somebody who had peanut butter.
So these are coming.
I don't know why peanut butter it's not.
So you ever
No,
hear-
I'm
you ever
talking
hear-
about a story I
You ever
heard
hear,
about
you
peanut
ever hear
butter.
Todd Glass's bit where he talks about how he hates people who are like, oh, my day we didn't have peanut allergies. These weak kids,
pussies.
these weak kids.
Yes.
And he goes, we had peanut allergy. He goes, nobody would die from a peanut allergy.
Yeah, they would die
He
from
goes-
something else.
and
They
he
don't
go-
know
he
what
goes,
it
no, he
was.
goes, no, we had unexplained deaths. Now, he goes, now we know why they died.
I love that guy. All right, so what is this? This is vanilla ice cream?
This is just two different things,
And you got to put it together?
yeah.
Can I see the bag?
You gotta assemble it? What is this, IKEA?
I like this whole idea about it. It makes you less. If you're going to be fat, you got to really think about it here.
Yeah.
You even
gotta
have to
put it
work.
together.
It's probably the same thing. It's
You gotta
just,
work for your candy.
Should I eat them separately or together?
No, it's meant to eat together, I would think. And they got chocolate ones in there. Do you think it's the same flavor no matter what?
Yeah. I think each individual piece is.
I don't like this.
the texture.
I don't like the texture of this.
Oh no! Give me this, B.
They're like gummies.
Oh, is it like gummies? I didn't expect that.
How do I know it's not
Oh,
gonna
it
get
is.
me high?
Oh, this is like no. This is just like Oh, they do have different flavors. Yeah, you could do chocolate.
Yeah.
I want to taste the chocolate.
So that's
too.
all texture. Like if you're getting,
I should not.
So I got like these grape sour things we can try another time. You like?
I
sour?
don't like that it's not together.
Yeah.
But this is it. The feels
What
like
the hell? What is that one?
this is the chocolate. I told you they have different flavors, and this is the vanilla.
I got a vanilla.
What I
Now-
wanted to do. So they had a lot of chips that looked good. I know you like you like chips, right? You like.
We're
big-
Oh,
chip
I
man.
love this.
So I couldn't really. Oh yeah, I gotta get a picture of those. Send those back over here. Don't finish those.
I got to get the bottom part to this. I like these.
Close that up and send it over here. I'm gonna
You
take
know
a
what this
picture of it.
reminds me of? You know, like the kids' little gummies that you get, like the sharks and all
Yeah,
those.
yeah, yeah.
That's exactly
They're
what
not
it tastes
gummy,
like.
but they're gummy, but they're.
Oh,
they're
sorry,
different.
that was a
That's
terrible throw.
right. I can take a picture of that later.
You want that? I just took a little bite.
Hey, stop being a pussy and eat it.
I don't want to waste Japanese candy.
If you already took a bite of it, it's wasted. Eat it. He doesn't want your
It
cancer
looks like
on
melted.
That.
It
These
looks
You're
things-
radioactive.
These things look really good. These are like little, like chocolate covered, cream filled biscuits.
So far,
chocolate.
I'm going 10 for 10 out of both of these.
You
like
like
those, huh?
these?
I love both
Yeah.
of these.
All right. Well, we'll do more next. We'll do like
Right,
we'll,
hold
and
it.
instead of in lieu of Chick's picks, we'll do
Yeah.
Japanese candy.
I'm
at the end of
retiring
each
Chick's
episode.
picks.
Wait, you did say you had an idea.
I had an idea, but I'm fine tuning
We'll
what I'm
save
going
it?
to do. Yeah, I
Oh.
promise.
Can we all? We do have a group pick. Our good friend Neil Rubenstein. I'm wearing his
right.
shirt.
Oh yeah, that's what we haven't been on since it's dropped, huh?
No.
Yep. Have Some Dignity is out. I hope the camera gets this.
It's getting the top of it. Yeah.
How does it feel to be
There you go.
part of his special?
Have Some Dignity is out. Guys, check it out.
Because my face is in it a lot.
Your face is in it.
Every
a
joke,
lot.
every time he went to the crowd, it was you.
Not every time, but a lot. Yeah.
No, I know. I was.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was
love
fun. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's me. Oh, that's me. So then what's funny though is that we recorded a watch along with Neil. So it was Neil, myself, and
Oh.
Josh Liptek,
Yeah, Josh.
the guy that also opened.
Mm-hmm.
Three of us sat down and watched the special, and we stopped it, and we talked about it. So he's going to be putting that out in clips.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it was funny to be like.
When did you guys do that?
A couple weeks ago, before I left. So I've been editing that.
Oh, good.
Like that's been a huge editing undertaking. So I finally finished that. I sent it to him, so he's going to start clipping it up. But it'll be funny because it's like me talking about it, and you cut to me like in the audience. It's
It's awesome.
The
It was
special
really
was-
well.
Special
I
was
mean,
fantastic.
truly, just like a legitimate. Like I would,
I would pay for that. That was a good.
the fact that I
special.
know the man doesn't play into it all. Like
Yeah,
those
it
are
really
great
doesn't.
jokes, a great special. I would tell anybody. Which sucks is that it's hard to get people to believe. When you
you're the
post about it,
friend.
it's like, oh, we're your friends, so you're gonna post about it. So if I post about it, people don't take it serious because we know we're friends.
I
Yep.
agree with
I
you.
want to be like no, like take that out of it. Like this is like a legitimately good special. Like you like people
like
love watching
comedy, it's
people
a
like watching
fucking
stand up,
funny
right?
spot
It's like don't
special.
only watch shit that's on Netflix. I'm telling you, this is a good hour of comedy. Like, but to get people to believe that you're not just supporting a friend is a difficult sell.
I agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
that's very true.
But I did send it to a bunch of my friends. I always usually put I'll give it out to the group, and a handful watched it, and they
He's up
fucking
to
loved
50,000 views, man.
That's what I said. It's already at like 50,000.
He's crushing it,
He
man.
was
I'm,
like,
I'm so
He
happy.
always wears a guy just don't want the bomb, and it's like, well, what would you consider bomb? And like, he didn't come up with a number, but I'm like, you got to be happy with 50,000, and it's like early still,
And it's
so
still-
it's
it's like not
it's
even-
still
it's like a
climbing.
week.
Yeah,
He's happy with
and he can
this
still
so
promote
far.
it. Yeah, I think he's happy with the
I
response.
feel like he's just as happy as Neil's gonna be.
but it's like, but it's always there. Like he can still, like as he grows, plug it and get those numbers up. Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
needs to get on bigger platforms to promote it.
To promote it.
like on some radio shows and some bigger podcasts to promote
He's
it.
gonna
but
hit
it's-
over $100,000 easy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100 grand,
Then
100,000.
next-
Yeah,
next
it
game.
was fantastic. I watched it that night, and
I put it
super-
on that night. I just saw for the numbers. I let it stream on one device.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was currently editing the watch along.
Were you?
So I was like, so I was like watching it.
I didn't
as
watch
was
it
ending
live. I had to rewind. Like after it was over, I went and rewound it and watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
great, though.
It
I
was very happy for him, and I'm glad it's doing well. And
Yeah.
if you've enjoyed anything on this podcast with him, just give it a listen because
Even if you haven't.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
even if you haven't enjoyed
because-
anything on this podcast, it's a great special.
Yeah, because people are different. Like people might not.
you might like that better than this podcast,
Yeah.
and that's
I mean,
okay.
but no, I'm saying like liking somebody
fine.
on a podcast is different than like I'm telling you, go listen to like these are well structured, rehearsed,
Funny
written.
jokes.
Like these are proven jokes that he's traveled the country with. Like you're probably gonna like these jokes.
And it was so cool. You know, we were there. Chick was missing, I think, but we were there and
Yeah, that's
saw
right.
saw this, and it was cool to watch this whole thing come together and like actually put it out. Like they did a
Look great, sound great,
Unbelievable
professional.
job.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying. To look professional, look top notch. It was awesome.
yeah.
so.
Anything else?
No, yeah. I mean, other than I got a big week. I was telling him I'm coaching two flag football teams for my nephews,
Okay.
kindergartners and third and fourth graders.
So is this gonna get in the way of us recording again?
Nope, Sunday mornings.
Beautiful.
Okay, good.
But that's where we want to go to the city. We want to do cities on Sunday.
It's a Sunday morning. I'll be done early.
Beautiful.
It's Sunday football. I haven't.
He's off on Sundays. We're never going to the city on a Sunday, especially now that the Jets are fake good.
Fake good.
Yeah, I have my son.
I just thought of one of those survivor pools. You guys want to get on that? $20 survivor
yeah?
pool.
$20 I'm in.
Yeah.
I can do.
It's
20
only it's like there's like 5 people in it currently, so it's
Let's
probably
do
not
it.
going to be much.
I can
But,
do it. Why not?
Add $40 to it.
Yeah.
all right.
All right. Well, if you made it this far,
If you
Yeah,
made it
guys.
we
this far,
appreciate you, and we apologize for the summer vacation. But we
But you know what? Hey, we needed breaks.
we need some time off. There's a
And,
lot of
stuff happened.
a lot of stuff happened. A lot of
And
we'll leave it at
I'm
that.
glad
Yeah.
to be back.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss
See
you
you
guys,
guys.
and it's great to be back with you guys. So
yeah, loved it.
we'll see you next week.